Estimating a product. So first, we have to remember how it is that we round in order to estimate the product. So when we round the numbers, we want to make the problem as easy as possible for ourselves. So that's why we're going to round furthest to the left. So an 89, the number furthest to the left is the 8. Okay, so I'm going to round to the tens place. 74, going to round to the tens place. 63, going to round to the tens place. 9,842, thousands place. Thousands place. Thousands place. 10,000s place. And 10,000s place. So now, I figured out where I'm going to round. Now, what does that become? So the 9 tells the 8 to add 1. So 89 magically becomes 90. 74 becomes 70. 63 becomes 60. And 9,400 or 9,842 becomes 10,000. And you'll see 10,000 here in just a second. There we go. Now, coming over to these problems, this side, 63 or 6,351 becomes, you guessed it, 6,000. 9,647, 10,000. 10,863 becomes 10,000. And 48,532 becomes 50,000. Now I used the same rules for rounding as I did here, only there wasn't a specific place value I was going to. I was just going to the place value furthest to the left. Okay, furthest to the left. So those are all the answers. So now let's take it and put it into practice. Okay. So one other rule that we'll encounter here. Okay, this is already furthest to the left. The 5 doesn't go anywhere. So if I have a single digit, here's what I like to say: single digits stay the same. Well, because it's a single digit, we can already multiply it easy. So I have 5 times, the 3 tells the 2 to stay the same, 2,000. Okay. Now remember, all I'm looking for here is to get me in the ballpark. I don't need the exact answer. So all I care about is getting in. So if I'm going to the Colts game, right now I don't care where my seat is. I just want to get in the stadium. Okay? If I wanted to find my exact seat, I would do the actual problem. But here I'm just estimating a product. So 5 times 2 is 10. Okay? And then how many zeros do I have here? 3. So then I add 3 zeros at the end. So 10,000. Single digit, oh, that stays the same. The 9 tells the 8 to add 1, so I have 7 times 9,000. 7 times 9 is 63. Then I'm going to add my 3 zeros. So I have 63,000. All right. Another problem, the 5 and the 8 are the furthest to the left. So 54 becomes 50 times 893, which becomes 900. So to quickly do this in my head, 9 times 5 is 45. How many zeros are you going to add? 1, 2, 3 zeros, because there are 3 zeros altogether. So I do my basic fact of 9 times 5, then I add my zeros. Last problem, 6 and the 2 are furthest to the left. The 67 becomes 70 times 238, which is 200. So my basic fact, 7 times 2 is 14. Then how many zeros am I going to add? 1, 2, 3. And that is estimating a product.